In a family, if one parent wants to stay home from work to care for the children, how will your party help? For example, could these families get a tax break or opt out of the National Daycare Program and keep the money that would have been paid?
The short answer is no, you couldn't opt out of the Universal Daycare Program because it's a universal program. It's drawn from revenues that go into the federal government, and it benefits society as a whole, increasing our economic activity. Now, yes, true, some parents are going to want to stay home with their kids, and that's a choice that is up to them. But generally speaking, parents who stay home, families with one parent that stays home and another parent that's the breadwinner, are financially much better off than parents where families where two parents have to work in order to make ends meet. Like I said before, we want to make sure that we help those in our society who are most or least well off, not those who are most well off. We want to increase job participation. We want to make sure that people have the option of getting back into the workforce rather than being forced to stay home because the amount of money they would be making by getting back into the workforce isn't enough to cover the daycare costs that are currently in place. So we want to make sure that we open up opportunities for people to get into the workforce. We have a shrinking, as more and more people retire, we have a shrinking tax base that is going to have to support future programs. We need to make sure that people are getting out into the workforce and getting paid fair wages for their work. And yes, they can stay home if they choose, but that should be a choice, not something that they're forced to do because the wages they would otherwise earn won't be enough to cover their daycare costs.
Assuming that someone is staying home not because they can't find a good enough paying job or not because they can't find inexpensive childcare, and those are two big assumptions in this question. The Liberal Party's childcare benefit would really benefit these families because of the reduction in taxes between $45,000 and $89,000. I apologize earlier, I said $69,000, I meant $89,000. The other thing that families will benefit from is the flexibility in the jobs and the EI benefits that we are talking about are on the parental leave. Because we know that families may want to stay home longer with their kids, and they choose to stay home after having children, mothers in particular, because they don't want to leave after their children after 12 months. The way we have proposed the reform to the EI system is that you have up to 18 months to use your EI benefits so that you can stay home with your child longer and still have a secure job to go back to. So sometimes people's choices to stay home aren't motivated by the sole desire to stay home. They're driven by external factors, and we need to remove those factors. So we need to have better childcare options, more affordable options, more flexible work environments for parents, and a better and more flexible EI system. Thank you.
Well, a fundamental difference between us as Conservatives and other parties is we have faith in mums and dads in Canada. We believe that mums and dads can make the best decisions about their income and how to spend it, and they're the ones who need to decide what is best for them when raising their kids. And that is why we've approached universal child care benefit the way we have. If you look at a universal daycare system like they have in Quebec, it's very similar to what the NDP is proposing, and it costs $2 billion a year, and it hasn't been working because what's happened there, the Quebec government has discovered, is that it's mostly high-income parents who are using it. So now they have brought in a different system. They've modified it so that there's some payment now if you earn more money, more than the regular just base amount which it was based on in the first place. So we've brought back into balance our budget. We've done that, and within that balanced budget is the ability to help mom and dads make their own decisions about their kids and what's the best. I use my eldest daughter as an example. She's a counselor at a school for kids with learning disabilities. Her husband's a police officer. He's on shift work. She's on 4 days a week. They have not a regular kind of life where they can do a regular daycare from 8 to 4 or 9 to 5. They have to make it work, and this money for them is helping them do it within schedules that are not regular every day and are changeable. Let parents have that option. Let's give Canada and Canadians the ability to choose.
The Green Party would help families by implementing a guaranteed livable income, ensuring equal pay for equal work, and ensuring high-quality childcare for every Canadian family who wants it, while providing a school nutrition program, providing healthy food to kids in schools to help them learn better. We would phase in the National Guaranteed Livable Income to ensure that no person's income falls below what is necessary for health, life, and dignity. And for those of us that do go to work, we would implement a federal minimum wage of $15 an hour immediately.